Hey guys. Oh man, it's good to be back doing this. Where to start? It's been, I think, 6 months since my last upload because I went off to a summer camp to work in the kitchens there, and from there life just got away from me and I didn't feel like updating, but got a lot to catch up on with you guys, so let's just chill and chat and see how this goes. This is a Mike's Hard Zero Sugar lemonade. I'm not getting too drunk, I'm just kind of chilling. Okay, so like I said, during the summer I was working at a summer camp up in Pennsylvania. I was mainly just there for the money, to be honest, and it was a mixed experience. Honestly, like it kind of sucked. Like there were there were some good parts about it, but it could have gone better. I was doing the pastry stuff, and I had to make pretty much desserts for lunch and dinner for about 500 kids, and I had an assistant, and he was a lot of help. It was really just the two of us doing a lot of work, and that wasn't so much the issue. The biggest thing was there was kind of a lack of communication in the kitchen, and we had some chefs, there was some drama, and to me, I'm like, guys, we're here for 3 months. Can we not act like high schoolers? Whew. So yeah, I wasn't really interacting with anybody. I kind of zoned in. I was like, I'm here to make money, and a lot of times they would go out over the weekends and like spend the money that we were making, and I was like, I'm trying to save my money, so y'all have fun with that. I was often so busy that I would just kind of get in my head and be focusing on all the stuff that I had to do. So I admit I was being very antisocial, but that'd be alright. So yeah, the 3 months kind of flew by. It was nice. Made some decent money, paid off a couple bills. Then I just came back home in August and just have been working, just doing my normal thing. But camp, back at camp, made me afraid of mice. Like, slightly traumatized by just there being mice everywhere. Like, it was fucking with me, because like sometimes I would have to stay late in the kitchen to get my stuff ready for the next day, and it was at a camp, and so like it wasn't completely secure to the elements, like. And at the end of the day, when there weren't people moving around, sometimes mice would come out. And then that would freak me out. And I'm like, well, time for me to go. But that wasn't the only place. They would be in our dorms. And it was not infested. It was not a rat infestation. It was just three specific times that, yeah, there were 3 specific times that the mice, that it was an issue. One time I was just sitting on the toilet, and the toilet, it was a small bathroom, so the toilet was literally the door was right in front of me as I'm sitting on the toilet, and just a mouse runs under the gap in the door right across my feet, and like, that was the first instance. I didn't know we had mice, and then that happened. So like, I just launched up from the toilet and put my hand on the towel rod that was nearby and knock it off the wall. And yeah, that freaked me out. That I was like, oh, okay, we have mice. Okay. But then it ran out, and I was like, okay, whatever. The second time I was in the shower, and that one was worse because it ran in the shower for a second while I was in the shower, and then it ran out. But if I had freaked out the same way it was when I was on the toilet, I could have slipped and fall and hurt myself. But the second time, it just scared me, whatever. I didn't freak out. But then the third time, I was just in my room and just lying on my bed, and then I looked up and looked over to the dresser where my clothes were, and a mouse was just looking at me. Like, it just saw me look at it, and then got up and ran off, like ran to the floor and ran out the room. And that freaked me out because it was just like, oh, it saw me see it and ran away. Like, why was it in here? Like, no, I did. Yeah. But then after that, we didn't really have any run-ins with the mice. So it was like once a month it happened, but it just made me like keep looking around, like even at home, like checking for movement. Like, it fucked with me. But was there anything else that happened at camp? Like I said, it was a ton of drama. Just there was it was 4 men and 1 woman chef, and since I wasn't interacting with anybody, I didn't know what was going on. But at a certain point, the woman had to leave because basically the guys were acting like assholes to her, but I never saw it, so I didn't know what was going on. But it just made the mood very awkward for the rest of the summer. But then, yeah, she ended up leaving, going to another camp, and that, I don't know what happened with that, but yeah. Like I said, there was a lot of communication things, like, because I was working at a Jewish camp, so there were kosher rules, and one of the main things was can't have meat and dairy in the same meal. So a lot of times lunch would be like the dairy meal, let's say like cheese quesadillas, and dinner would be the meat meal. Dinner would be the meat meal. And a lot of times due to like just maybe like an ordering issue, or we have to change the menu around, the chefs would change the menu but then not let me know that the menu was changing. So I would be preparing, let's say, a cheesecake to go with the dairy meal, and then they would be switching the dairy and the meat meal, so I can't have the cheesecake there. I would have to push it to dinner, but then I would have to scramble to find something to do for this meal, and at no point was anyone like, hey, let's update the pastry chef about what's going on. And that kind of happened all summer, so that would piss me off. Another thing about the camp, we would bring in, because it was kind of like an not exchange program, but a work study kind of program going, and so we brought in our kitchen staff, like it was 5 chefs, but our kitchen staff was people we brought in from Mexico and Hungary, and so it was really interesting. I was working with a bunch of in a multicultural environment, but I'll be honest, the group of Mexicans that were there to work and have fun, and the Hungarians were there to have fun and work sometimes. So it was like there were a lot of times where like my assistant was one of the Hungarian guys, but like he was on it. I couldn't speak too badly about him, but a lot of his friends were not so dedicated, and there were a lot of meetings, like everybody gather around, we've got to talk about the problems that are going on, and it's just like, guys, we're just here to work. so much so that like one thing happened, they had a party back in their dorm, but like dumbasses, they would post it on Instagram and like tag the camp, which was a kids camp. Like they were just working there, but they associated themselves with the camp, and they had like alcohol and stuff in the photos, and like they got reamed for that. Hey, the guys chewed them out, the head of the camp, but it looked badly on the whole kitchen because the chef was supposed to be in charge of that, like keeping them out of trouble and stuff. So it was a big issue, but yeah. But I did. I should have took a picture. I'm so bad at that. But I did. I had a great time working at the camp. I got my assistant like a cool apron with his name on it, like a custom apron, and I should have took a picture. But that was a lot of fun. No, that's not true. It was an experience. All right, bodybuilding. Next thing on the list. As soon as I got back from camp during the summer, I met with my coach, Alberto Nunez. We had a Skype meeting and we talked about what my plans are as far as bodybuilding is going. So, and I've said this many times, but this year I actually have the funds and the time to do it. So here's the goal: 2024, I want to get my fucking pro card. In the OCB, the Natural Bodybuilding League. So the plan is to start my week-to-week coach updates in January, in the new year. But between August and December, I was tasked with getting down to 200 pounds. And that was in August. I was at about 215. I don't remember, but in August I think maybe like 217. And right now I'm sitting around 209, 210. And it's December 15th. So about 2 more weeks to get down about 8 or so pounds. No, 10 pounds. About 10 pounds. But yeah. And then from starting at 200 in the new year, trying to bring me down to 180 pounds, which is, I can't even imagine that, 180 pounds in May, which will be my first show. But I'm planning on doing 3 different shows, one in May, one in June, and one in July. So across the 3 of those, if I win the Open, which is the in the bodybuilding category, there's a bunch of different divisions, and the winner of each division goes into the Open. So my goal is to win the bodybuilding Open across one of the 3 shows that I'm doing, and with that, hopefully get my pro card, or be eligible for my pro card. I think I have to do another show after that. So yeah, once I'm going to there's going to be another update in January, of course, probably January 15th, and I'll see if I can just have the conversation between me and my coach, if I can just record that to show you all what we talk about and how this is going to go. But yeah, that's my main bodybuilding goals. I'm on a cut from January until July. We're gonna see how that goes. I'm excited because I'm actually like really motivated. I see what other people have been doing, and I weird bit of confidence. I think I can manage that. I think I can do it. So I'm gonna try. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to be hyped. That's not my mode. So I'm trying. All right, gaming. So for gaming, the last thing I did on this channel was play Final Fantasy VII. So my goal is to, in 2024, I'm gonna play the remake, but I think I'm gonna try to stream that. The way my schedule is, I think I have Tuesdays free, so I'm going to try to start streaming in the new year every Tuesday with the Final Fantasy VII remake. Do that all the way into the new one, the second one that's coming out. Just go straight into that, stream that too. So go follow me on Twitch. I haven't really updated it, but I will be back on Twitch. It's Sofu_Rumble, just like all of my other social media. And but I am still gonna be doing more edited content on this channel. The next game I'm going to play is Jade Empire, which is a very old BioWare game. BioWare did Knights of the Old Republic and forgot what their biggest one was. Dragon Age? Dragon Age, yeah. Yeah, Dragon Age, my favorite one. But yeah, so I'm gonna be playing Jade Empire, and that I'm going to be playing, sorry, my camera's acting up. That I'm going to be playing on this channel. I'm gonna just upload like how I did with Final Fantasy VII. So like twice a week, you're just gonna be getting that. Because the way that I wanted to structure this channel was, as far as the gaming content, playing a game that I've never played before, and then playing a game that I have played before to show y'all kind of insight into my gaming history, my childhood, shit I like. So yeah, so Final Fantasy VII was the new game that I never played, and now Jade Empire is going to be the old game that I have experience with. I don't know what the next one will be after that, but who knows, we'll see. So yeah, what else? Oh, the bloopers. They're not gonna stop. I'm not going to edit them out. Like if, I'm sure I've been burping during this video. I'm not gonna edit it out. Y'all timestamp it, whatever. It's just, that's a lot of extra work for no particular reason. Still gonna have like blooper videos on my main update videos, like this one. Just funny shit that happens out in the world. But for my gaming videos, I'm not gonna edit them out. That they're just gonna be in the video, so they're not gonna have like attached blooper videos. You're just gonna get all of that, so whatever. I do have a question for y'all, because one thing that I've been wanting to focus on, not focus on for this channel, but just something I've wanted to get better at, is bass guitar, which I think I mentioned I've been practicing it, but I really haven't touched it in a while, and I do want to get back to that. So I do want to know, is my bass guitar training log something y'all would be interested in too, or do you just want to keep it bodybuilding focused. So yeah, if you made it this far, let me know. Is that it? Yeah. I think that's everything. It's been a while, but I'll be updating. I'll be doing these, my main training log videos. These will probably be once a month. But there will be gaming content, live streams from Twitch. Oh, how did I forget? Fucking D&D. My new obsession. Yes. While I was away at summer camp, I found Dimension 20. And what's it called? And Not Another D&D podcast. And that, in conjunction with playing Baldur's Gate 3 when I got back from camp, has just cemented my obsession with Dungeons and Dragons. Like I joined one campaign. Well, I've joined a lot of campaigns. I've been trying to find one that sticks, but I'm actually in one that meets basically once a month, and all of those guys are pretty cool. It's fun playing with them, but we're like 2 or 3 sessions in, so we haven't really gotten that far. And then I'm in one that Then I'm in one that is play by post. It's all done on Discord, where you just type, my character does this, and then roll. It's all digital dice. So I'm gonna go out on a long shot. Do any of y'all play Dungeons and Dragons? At some point I want to DM, like I want to make my own game. Do any of y'all play? I'd love to play with y'all. I'd love to find a group to play with, or bring a group together to play. So shit, if there's a chance that y'all play Dungeons and Dragons, that's my new thing. Hit me up. Yeah, I think we're gonna go out on that, so it's there in your mind. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, hit me up, because I want to play, and no one around me plays, and I'm only playing online, so might as well try and do that. See you guys next time.